think somebody asked me to do something more with drivers, so I'm going to work on it. I was working on speed training, but I felt like I was getting a little wonky. I'm going to try to approach it more in terms of working on my balance. Try to keep a perfectly balanced swing and then very slowly build back up, because I was getting longer and wild, so no sense to that. So what I'm working on here is the place where I lose balance in my swing when I start applying more force as I start to fall forward a little bit, and then my swing path goes all over the place. So I'm working on a feeling of here, using the weight of this to feel that I'm balancing on my heels against it. So sort of a step that way, and then sit, and then step. So step, basically step and step, step and step, step and step. So you notice there's a fair amount of movement in this, but not a lot of movement, ideally in my center, which is again going to make for inconsistency. So okay to have a little movement, and it's definitely okay to have up and down movement. So you can create a lot of extra energy through some up and down movement, and most players use some of that. So I'm attending to a couple things here. The other thing that in my actual driver I'm not as good at is with my trainer, I'll take enough time to let it drop a little bit. So starting the downswing in a more relaxed way, and then adding the energy through there. So the energy is not from here to there, but from here to there. That's important. So we got my feeling. I'm just going to try to stay with that feeling. So put my weight back. Remember to all the way through like that. So I like the feeling of not adding a bunch of energy with my right arm, but feeling like my whole right side, like a sidearm throw, comes through the ball. And then with this hand, it's sort of like a backhand in tennis, like a topspin backhand. For me, those are my feels. We'll see, nice and smooth, give it plenty of time. Some decent, I like where I finished, felt balanced. A little bit of a draw. Decent carry there. That's not bad for me. I'll take that all day. 264, plenty good for me. I'm going to keep working on that. So the big thing I think here for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you, is how much speed can you put into a balanced swing? I heard Rory say, swing as hard as you want, as long as you end up with a balanced finish. You notice he always looks perfectly balanced in his finish, right? Nothing wonky there. So as hard as you want, balanced finish, wherever that is for you, but somewhere obviously around here, not something odd. So try one more, probably won't do more than that, but this one I'm going to focus more on feeling of the topspin backhand. I was once a tennis player, so that's a familiar feeling. That one too, felt pretty balanced on that. Decent shot. Pretty good distance, 271. That's a great shot for me. So there you go. The big thing that I'm working on, and I'm sure some of you have this problem, again, I'll emphasize two things. Make sure you keep your weight far enough back that you can swing all the way through. And that is more toward the heels, obviously. So more toward the heels, and then the second thing is don't go fast at first. That's a hard one, I know. You can even practice some swings where it's like, really practice like you feel like you're slow, fast. There. Slow, fast. Like that. And then the same thing, not so much the speed with your trainer, but understanding where the application of force happens. There. There. There's the application of force right there. So work on that, and I think you'll find that that's a good pattern for most people, especially apply force here, keep your weight back enough that you can rotate all the way through the ball.